Dave Roberts is joining us. They face the Mets tonight. Biggest game, Dodger game and Met game of, in a year. So, okay, so when you do know, that's why these bullpen games it was so remarkable against San Diego. You absolutely needed everybody to pitch a great inning and got everybody to do it. But does it force you as a manager, Dave, to be maybe a bit more aggressive offensively, knowing you don't have any pitching depth?
I think that's completely fair. Our offense certainly understands, the landscape of our roster. And we're going to have to score runs. That goes without saying. And it's one of those things where, as you said, Colin, there's so many guys that we don't have alive on the pitching side that there's going to be guys that I have to trust to take down outs in a long series. But honestly, it does come down to the offense that they got to score runs.
So there's been some pushback. So you can bat Ohtani anywhere in the first four. But when you have Freeman and you've got, Mookie Betts, who has remarkable power for kind of a slight frame, it's pretty remarkable. So Ohtani at the leadoff, because he can run, he can hit with power. But I was looking at the numbers with the bases. He's been very good with men on base in the postseason. He has struggled with the bases empty. So let me be pushback guy. Hey, Skipper, we got a guy that has been great with men on base. Why not hit him third? What about that criticism?
No, I think it's fair. I do think that, with guys on base, he's locking in more. I still expect him to have a good CS. I do like the way that, putting Shohei in the leadoff spot, we're guaranteeing him 5 at-bats essentially.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing is I can't guarantee hitting him 3 or 4 that there's going to be guys on base in front of him. So with certainty, I just know I wanted him to get the at-bats, as many at-bats as possible.
He won a World Series, player with the Red Sox, manager of the Dodgers, under Dave Roberts, lead the baseball 9 years, wins, ERA, run differential, led the Dodgers to the playoff every season. I used to say this about Joe Torre, because I don't like to bang on NFL coaches for play calling. I don't know who's hurt, who's healthy. Situational baseball, it's very easy to bang on the result. I'm more interested in the process, so I'm not going to bang on managers. But I always said about Joe Torre, I didn't know if he was situationally a great manager. He had Zimmer next to him. I don't know. But I knew this. Loud market, 20 guys around the batting cage, New York Times, WFAN. He was always like the stepdad you didn't want to tick off. All the guys kind of respected him. 9 years in L.A., the media can be rough when it comes to the Dodgers. You've been, I don't know the word, stoic, mature. Are there times, though, that you hear, because there's only one World Series title, that you think to yourself, people, do you ever get frustrated with us or the situation or the bigness of the pressure? Because it's a big job with a big payroll. Do you ever feel the pressure?
You know what? I really appreciate the candor, the honest question. I do, truth be told. I think that I was telling my wife the other day, it's like, with baseball, me and Booney probably have the toughest jobs in sports in the sense of the markets. We play a lot of games.
Yeah.
It's either be the last team standing or you failed, your job's in jeopardy. There's obviously a lot of noise. But it's something that I'm very grateful for, the opportunity to be a part of this organization. I love the Dodgers. I love being in Los Angeles. I think for me, it's the focus is always trying to stay on the players. And if I can do that and get the respect of those guys and putting superstars to play for the benefit of winning a ball game, playing for the Dodgers, I think I've done my job. And a lot of it, though, Colin, is taking the heat for things that people don't know all the information.
Of course.
And that's part of managing, right? And so that's part of what I signed up for. But, yeah, with the way the world is, it gets really noisy. It is something that I don't know people can sustain doing this for a long, long time because it does bleed in. It's a little tough, but I really love the game. I love the players.
So the Mets did something. First of all, they're very good, obviously, but they they were so good in late innings offensively. And it is weird. There is something about baseball that you start, it's the ghosts. Maybe opposing managers overmanage. But when you look at the Mets, 7, 8, 9 innings, and their ability to produce hits, string them together, do you want to know about that? Or is it just, do you look at it and think it's coincidental? Don't think about that. It'll get into your head. They were crazy in late inning. Ask the Phillies. What do you make of that? Or do you just think, hey, outs are outs? It doesn't matter.
I do think outs are outs. I do like the way that being on the West Coast, we've been really insulated from the late inning Mets heroics, which I think is a good thing. And for me, playing with the Red Sox years ago, obviously that's to the nth degree as far as the ghosts of baseball. So I think for us, Frankie Lindor is playing tremendous baseball. Obviously, these guys have gotten big hits late.
Yeah.
I think for us, it's just go out there and play good baseball and not try to let Grimace or whoever it is kind of bleed into the series.
Yeah. So Walker Buehler tonight. This is a kid that has Tommy John, missed a lot of time. This is his biggest start. And, these games are tough. New York is loud. What will you be looking at tonight from the steps of the dugout? Is it velocity, location, a certain batter? What are you going to be staring at with this young guy?
I think for me, I expect the velocity to be right around 94 to 96. Certainly going to be looking at command, how he's going to command the secondary pitches, obviously use the fastball as well. I'm not worried about the heartbeat, the emotions. He's pitched in a lot of huge ball games for us. I think the thing I'm going to be looking for is the at-bats that these guys are taking against him. If they're getting good looks, if they're getting good swings off, or conversely, if they're not, if he's efficient with his pitches and they're not getting great swings. I think for me, that's where I got to make a decision how long I'm going to keep him in the game. But I think a lot of it is dictated on how good those at-bats look to me.
Okay, you guys, I think went 3-0 at Citi Field this year. Severino's going tonight. Is there a way to attack him?
Not really. Obviously, he's been typically better versus right-handers than left-handers. It's a very good fastball. It's going to be 97, 98, 99 tonight. He uses, pitches to different locations. He pitches up. He pitches down with the heater. There's a sweeper in there. So not really. I think for us is that he can make mistakes in the middle part of the plate. So I think for us, it's kind of, look for your zone in the middle part of the plate and try not to expand. But if he makes a mistake, belt line, be ready to hit it.
Yeah. Does your heart rate go up in these games? Do you sense this crowd's going to be nuts? Do you sense? All Dodger games are big, right? Even Tuesday, Wednesday. But do you sense as a manager, just the other day I was watching Andy Reid on Monday Night Football, and you could tell Andy knew he was on Monday Night Football. He's running some trick plays. As a manager, do you feel? Can you sense? Wow, this is magic. This is October. This is huge.
You can. And, it's all fun, but then, you get to the ballpark, the music's going, and then it starts to the music goes down a little bit. Guys start getting more quiet, get more focused. And tonight, Colin, you're going to see me bundled up because when I'm bundled up and warm, the game doesn't speed up on me and I see things pretty clearly. So I'm going to have my beanie on. But this is what you live for. With baseball, you want to play cold games in October, and that's when you're a kid and you dream about, seeing postseason baseball. Guys are bundled up, and this is what you live for.
It's going to be great. 8 Eastern, Severino, Walker Buehler, Dave Roberts, two-time World Series champ, just like Aaron Boone. All you hear is nonsense. Stay off that Twitter thing. Make sure you stay away from that thing.
I don't do social media, Colin. No social media for me.
Well, I have to, unfortunately. Hey, good luck tonight, and thank you for taking time for us. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, friend. Take care.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.